This car was abandoned for 30 years. In this video, you're gonna see how we get it back to life in no time. Exactly! Going from this rusty condition to this shiny, gleaming state, and from that terrible interior to a brand new looking interior. And of course, we'll see how we transformed that old, rumbling engine into a sleek, awesome powerhouse with a fantastic sound. And in the end, we'll have a completely transformed car, like a brand new sports car. No damage, no rust, just perfection. Take a look. After rescuing a car that had been abandoned for 20 years, I somehow got it to start, briefly proving that miracles do happen. That joy faded fast when I realized only 2 out of 4 pistons were doing any work. Pulling the cylinder head revealed the real villain. Valve guide broken, valve head missing, and a piece of, well, something. Poor pushrod was now bent like a banana. Piston 1 had kissed a valve, and a big dent was visible on the piston head. Next step, lap the valve, just to see if the engine would even survive. No big deal, grinding paste, crossed fingers, send it. While we were there, we skimmed the head and gave all the pistons the same treatment. Putting the head back on was a nightmare, but somehow it fit. Against all odds, the engine ran buttery smooth. So naturally, we moved on to the next disaster, the car body.
All right, let's jump back in. Here we go. I started by giving the car a bit of a wash, but the main goal was to pinpoint where the rust was and figure out what needed repairing. Then I moved on to the rear bumper, which was quite complicated, and I removed the taillights and the license plate. Definitely needed a flex there because everything was rusted and stuck. After that, I tackled the door panels on each side, the handles, that was a lot of work. I also removed the interior mirrors, the front bumper, again, plenty of effort. The back seats, the front seats, all the interior accessories, the seat belts and their mounts, so many screws, most of them stuck. I went on with pulling out the interior, and boy, there were plenty of screws and things to tackle. It wasn't a huge deal, but it sure ate up a lot of time. Removing the plastic pieces inside is always a bit of a puzzle since you have to be super careful with all those clips. So in the end, this whole operation probably took me half a day, maybe even more. It looks quick now, but it definitely wasn't at the time. Then moved on to cleaning out the rust inside. It was a lot of rust and I had to cut out some parts. Eventually, I decided to disassemble the entire car, remove the windshield, and then tackle the rocker panels. The right rocker panel was completely destroyed, so it had to be cut out and rebuilt by hand. Unfortunately, we had to weld and replace it manually, doing it in 2 pieces so we could replicate the shape properly. We cut the old piece out and then welded the new rocker panel into place. And then, of course, I moved underneath the car.
Under the car is where the real fun started. I cleaned and treated the engine mounts and subframes with anti-rust, because hope is important. I removed the fuel filter and fuel pump, drained everything, and discovered the fuel line was so rusty it was basically a safety hazard. Steel line? Bad idea. I replaced it with a hose and called it an upgrade. After welding, I filled everything inside with seam sealer, then covered the entire underside in sound-deadening paint. At this point, the weather decided to fight back. Rain, snow, freezing temperatures. Winter had arrived. My hands were frozen, but motivation was somehow still alive. After about 3 weeks of cold, rain, and questionable life choices, the car was finally back on its wheels. Next big chapter, paint. First coat went on outside, fully disassembled, in the yard, because why not tempt fate? Spring was just starting and I was praying for warmer weather. Paint hates cold, hates sun, but it had no choice. For the second coat, I moved into the garage, suited up like a professional, and sprayed the body. All the separate parts, doors, fenders, were painted individually, while I tried to keep dust away like it was radioactive. Honestly, the paint turned out surprisingly good. A bit of polishing later, and even the orange peel backed off. Plastic parts went back on and instantly made everything look better. Inside, I redid the soundproofing, painted all visible metal, and added special sound deadenment tape because this car has more exposed metal than expected. Then reassembly began. Dashboard back in, slight panic about wiring, but everything worked. Steering wheel installed, first turn of the key, and yes! After almost a year, the engine started, revved, and behaved like nothing bad had ever happened. Pure happiness. Then came the interior. Upholstery restored, seatbelts reinstalled, rear ones fought hard, but I won. Carpet cleaned outside, somehow looked almost new. Plastics in the back, diffusers, rear seat backrest, rear wiper motor, tail lights, everything went back where it belonged. And then, finally, the car rolled out of the gate. It had been over a year, and at last it moved, even if it didn't have doors yet. But I was thrilled to take it for a drive. After that, it was time to replace the steering components, the brake discs, the CV joints, the lower control arms, the ball joints, and the tie rod ends. Pretty much everything. And then, finally, I had the car back on its wheels. Starting it up again was pure joy, truly hard to explain. Hearing that engine purr and seeing everything work, even though some parts were still missing, like doors, was just amazing. I took it out of the yard for the first time in nearly a year and a half of hard work, and I couldn't have been happier. It's something I'm incredibly proud of, despite all the challenges. That feeling of finally driving a car so old, with no power steering, a cable clutch, a cable throttle, and no power brakes, and that distinct sound of the engine, it's impossible to put into words for someone who hasn't experienced it. I'll leave you with some before and after shots so you can truly appreciate the journey of that year and a half. Thank you.